It's day 2 of our 5-day road trip in the mountains of Virginia. Our first stop today is a farmer's market, which strangely enough has no produce. But we do find some coffee, followed by lunch at a little restaurant in downtown Bedford. Then I do a presentation on how to make instant coffee even more instant. Before arriving to our accommodations for the evening, which prohibits motorcycles, and we receive many disapproving glares as we break the rules.
Surely there's a produce stand near Wintergreen that people...
Oh, I'm sure there is. A lot of people go up there for vacationing, and there'll be all kinds of stuff.
See if it's okay. See if you need a little more before I get you capped up there.
We're at this little
Azul. A-Z-U-L.
AZUL, Azul restaurant, specializing in, what would you say their specialties? What? Well, this is what we're eating.
Mexican and Southwestern, but it's...
Mexican, Southwestern.
But it kind of has an American flair. I've got grouper in mind.
Grouper, okay. And it's just in downtown Bedford. Downtown Bedford is 4 blocks long. But the beautiful thing about this, it was a little warm outside, and we got here a little early and realized they did up until 11:30. But they invited us in. We were able to get some cold water and some chips, and we waited till the lunch menu was ready, and so we're having lunch. Very eclectic little place.
Fresh.
After leaving the town of Bedford, we head up Route 43 to the Blue Ridge Parkway. While in Bedford, we were informed by some of the locals that Route 43 is lined with very active raspberry bushes as you begin the ascent up into the Blue Ridge. And they were right. The bushes were overgrown with red raspberries. However, finding a place to park the Spyder was almost impossible, and we simply gave up on our raspberry search.
We're up on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and this is the vantage point from the overlook. And the Blue Ridge Parkway, in case you're not familiar with it, is a scenic parkway built on top of the ridge of the Blue Ridge Mountains. And it's a very nice drive. The temperature today down in the valley is probably 90, 95. That was the forecast. But we're at a comfortable 78 degrees. Low humidity up onto the mountain ridge, which is one of the reasons why we chose to come up here. We're up on the Blue Ridge Parkway. We stopped at a little place called Whitestone Ridge. Whitestone Ridge, back in the old days, about 10 years ago plus, used to be a restaurant, gift shop, bathrooms, and even further back in time, maybe 25 years, across the parking lot, used to be a gas station and a convenience store. But since civilization has developed around the Blue Ridge Parkway, those things weren't needed as much, and they've gone by the wayside. The restrooms are still available in this building, and it's used for park offices, but that's it, it's a little restroom facility. So the reason we're stopping, besides taking a break and under a shade tree, and by the way, it's cool up here, it's about 80, need some coffee. I always try to carry my little camping pot with me to make me some hot coffee anywhere I go, but A, it's warm, and B, I didn't bring it because of space restrictions. So still going to have some coffee. Now this may gross you out, but those of you who are coffee addicts, take note. 1 packet of Starbucks instant French roast coffee, 1 packet of artificial sweetener, and ice water. If you have small children, shield their eyes. Whew, it's powerful. But I've had my coffee. You're impressed, I can tell.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a man of all types of talents and skills.
You are indeed.
Anyway, Spyder's doing great. Got the front cargo area open so I can dig out everything we needed for our little break. The interesting thing is the amount of time we spend in conversations with complete strangers about the Spyder. So far, every time we've stopped where there's people around, somebody would come up to us and want to have a conversation. It's really quite flattering. It really will swell my head, even like it could be swollen any larger. But it's fascinating. Apparently, it provokes a lot of discussion and awe about why this woman would be riding with this guy on this thing. The last lady just could not believe it. Do you have anything to add?
She did not understand that I have an inner hippie chick.
I've taken a white wine sipping daughter of a career Army officer. Just ruined her. Turned her into a biker chick.
What shall we toast? To 9 hours on the road?
9 hours on the Spyder
And survival.
and surviving it. Oh, that's good.
No, nice. Very nice. Harbor smell.
Well, we finally made it to our destination for the second part of the trip, which is the Wintergreen Resort, and we're parked in front of our condo, which we rented for 3 days. Had a little bit of a logistics issue getting permission to bring the motorcycle up here. We found out after we made a non-refundable payment for our stay that we're not supposed to bring motorcycles up here. So after phone calls to the association, to the police department, Red the Mountain, and the transportation department, the conclusion was just go ahead and drive on the mountain and we won't say anything. So that's the only way to do it because the trip is by motorcycle. The motorcycle performed really well in these steep back mountain roads. I was really surprised. A lot of power, no problems. The only issue was a owner-operator error. In the town of Bedford, when we were leaving, I went to start the motorcycle and it was dead, absolutely dead. Went through the start sequence, pushed the button, nothing. And somehow, apparently, I had inadvertently hit the emergency cutoff switch, which disables the motorcycle. Once I realized that was the issue, fired right up, ran great throughout the mountains. It's just been a great ride, no problems whatsoever. We have we started the trip with 850 miles. We're now just a little over 1,200 miles, and in 2 days, so not too bad. Yesterday was exhausting. Today wasn't too bad, but been a good trip.